say.
One time for the hometown, I got love for it, that's real. 2 times for the haters, man, cause I notice how this shit feel. 3 times for my family, dog, cause this shit done paid our bills. And I get 4 times my net worth from a year ago with no deals. Did it all by myself, I don't need nothing. Dropped 100 songs, I'ma keep coming. Remember times they wouldn't reply, now they all hit me like they need something. Labels hit me, now they see something, but I told them all, you ain't seen nothing. I've been putting on the work, and if you ain't song with me, you ain't read nothing. All it is, I don't make it calls.
Alright, so it is Sunday. I bought the bike Friday, and we haven't filmed anything on it. We got it home Friday, and we rode it around a little bit, and we weren't filming because we weren't doing anything crazy, but I ended up blowing the belt off of the bike, and there was nothing left of the belt. The front pulley is just not enough for this motor, so I'm ordering a Juggernaut front pulley for it. I put a new belt on it and rode it around today. Not doing anything crazy. I was probably running 20-25 miles an hour, and the caliper came off and the chain broke. I'm not sure in that order. I don't know what happened, but I know the bike went out of control. I slid across the ground. I messed up my good jeans, and you know, it made me nervous because the guy that we bought this bike from claims it runs 83 miles an hour. I'm not sure if that's true. We are going to test it out, but I am definitely going to go through this bike before we do that because it is definitely not worth getting hurt to ride a mini bike. So I'm starting to pull the bike apart now. I noticed there was a little bit of an oil leak, so I pulled the torque converter off, and that just came down to you're supposed to chop this oil cap off to make room for the torque converter plate, and whoever installed the torque converter didn't, so this was hitting the plate and it was just shoving it sideways. So that's my oil leak. Not a big deal. The rear and front axles were nowhere near the right size for the bearings, so they were super sloppy on the bearings, so I got the right size axles. The rear wheel is bent, so I ordered a new rear wheel, and I ordered a drag slick for it. That is technically a dirt tire. It looks cool, but not great for what I'm doing. And the brakes wouldn't clear that tire. This is the new brake, and this is the same brake, but they had to grind it down to clear the tire, which is fine. I've seen a bunch of people do it. I'd just rather not. This bike is definitely starting to be a little bit more work than what I was hoping for when I bought it. I thought it was just going to be a get on and go ride bike. That turned out not to be the case, obviously, but I think it is going to be a really good bike when it's done. All the main parts are nice parts, so it just needs a little bit of love, and we'll put it back together right this time, and hopefully we won't have any problems out of it, because if it does go 80, I definitely don't want to crash at 80. So, bike's running, but I went to slide it over and the seat popped off. So we're gonna throw that back on first. All right, so it's finally all back together. Got the new torque converter on, both new axles, painted the bars, new brake, and just a lot of cleanup. A lot of the things were just slightly off, but I think it's all dialed in now and we're about to go try her out. It is crazy torquey, but I still don't think it's gonna have the top end that the guy said, so we're gonna try to figure that out. Hopefully it all holds together this time. I can watch people laughing at me because I'm all geared up with the helmet on a little mini bike. They're probably like, what is he doing?
So is it quick?
It's quick. I don't know how fast it's gonna be. I was trying to look down at the belt and make sure it's not about to blow off the torque converter. But the problem is when you ride something small like this and you look down, it gets wobbly. I don't know why. But they've always said, I've always heard that if you look down, you're gonna crash it. And just a minute ago, I was looking down and I felt it getting wobbly and I was like, oh, I need to ride it around a little bit more. It's definitely fast off the bottom, but it's just hard not to look down when there's a belt right beside your legs and you have no clue what's gonna happen with the belt. Like if it blows, you know, you don't want it to hit your leg or anything because there's no belt guard on it. So I don't know. I'm gonna ride it around a little bit and try to get used to it. He didn't want to race. I asked him. He didn't want to race. Alright, so I'm gonna try to launch it a little bit. Not super hard, but I want to see what it'll do off the bottom. And I got the GPS going now. I don't want to run it up super high right now. I'm still trying to get used to it. It's way smaller and like tippier than my big bike, so I'm gonna ease into it, but we'll see how I feel when, you know, I get up there. So we're gonna turn the speedometer on and see what it'll do off the bottom, and hopefully it's quick because I put a lot of time and money into this stupid little mini bike. I almost lost it right there. It just, when it gets up to speed and you're trying to slow down, I guess the torque converter grabs and it'll just like shake the bike all around. It does not feel safe when you get it up, but let's see. 53 mile an hour, that's not bad. Cause it definitely had way more left in it, but I let out of it just being scared of it, so. Alright, we're gonna go run it one more time. This thing scares the crap out of me, but I'm either gonna have to get used to it at some point or sell it, so I'm gonna give it another launch and see how that goes. The last launch I went on it a little heavy right off the rip, It definitely needs a little bit taller of a gear because it just won't keep the front tire off the ground at the start, so you kind of gotta roll into it. So if I put a little bit taller gear on it, I think it'll ride out a lot better. I think it has way more in it than 53, but this small of a bike, I'm not used to it. I don't want to wreck it again, so especially not at 53 mile an hour or over, whatever it'll do. So we're gonna launch it one more time, see how that goes, and I'm gonna run it out a little bit, but I'm not gonna push my luck this time.
I don't think you have any idea how fast I really am.
I think part of the reason why it's wanting to dart around is I think the bars need to come up. I lowered them just for looks because they're adjustable. I was like, oh, it looks cooler. I think they need to come up more because I can tell when I'm down and my shoulders are closer to the bar, it feels a lot more stable. But actually, like how I would ride it, it wants to dart all over the place. So I think I need to raise the bars a little bit and it would be more stable. But it is super fast. The fastest mini bike I've had is my big one, and it's way different compared to that. Like I said, I think it has a lot more in it than 53 mile an hour, but I don't know how much more I want to go over 53 mile an hour on a bike this small, and I don't know. We'll see. Depending on how good this video does, we might keep it and build it, we might sell it, I don't know. We'll have to figure it all out later, but it's fun. It's super snappy. My big bike. Way more better on the big bike. Alright, so that is it for today. The bike is very fast. Like I said, when it hit 53 mile an hour, it was definitely still gaining hard too. But it is really squirrely. I think it needs a bigger tire to have more gyro. I think the bars need to come up a little bit. But I don't know what I want to do with it yet. So if the video does good, I'll probably build it and we'll go out racing. If it doesn't, then it'll probably just come up for sale. But thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. I'll see you on the next one.